I am going to say that I think that Mew VMAX is not a good deck. I think it's an okay deck, but I don't think it's a great deck.
Ooh, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. Yo! Welcome to Faded Town, #1 Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Look them up in a book. Google them. Focus at them. Dino data. Library.
Okay.
There's like a that podcast website. Go look at that.
JSTOR it.
Yes. Pretty sure we're on like Crunchyroll now or something. So go check that out.
What season are we on?
This is like season 4 or something.
I am in my training arc right now.
Yeah, exactly. To make sure you like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. Again, there's like half of you guys just don't subscribe and watch. I appreciate you watching. It's great. But like hit the button, please. Share this with your friends, guys. Share. Follow us all on Twitter. We're all down below. We answer all questions. Leave comments.
Follow me till League Worlds is done though, because that's all I'm pretty much going to be tweeting about for the next 3 weeks. But afterwards, I'll be back to Pokemon. USA.
Dude, Cloud9 maybe, please.
0.56% to make out of groups, and we did. So
I woke up in the morning, I'm not gonna lie, and I think it was your tweet that said Hopium, and I was like, nah, they didn't do it, right? They didn't do it.
I watched all night. It was the most nuts thing I watched.
And I was like,
they coin flipped everything. Yeah. Every game they coin flipped everything.
I was like, I mean,
that's what you gotta do when you're on 0-3. You come into week 2 0-3, right? You gotta, and you know you're worse than these teams. You just coin flip everything.
Yep.
And we know crushing hammerheads. We're here.
Yeah, that happens. We're about a month away from the next Pokemon set, so we thought, fuck it, we're just gonna.
Yeah. There hasn't been anything announced in the last week. Like nothing has happened.
Yeah.
And people are just chilling. Like IRL stuff's coming back, so it's like a pretty good idea that we're gonna have like TOs and stuff are working in the background to get stuff rolling.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good idea that Live will have their beta coming up soon. We don't know when, but hopefully probably in the next week too.
Yeah, because supposedly the leak Fusion Strike has live codes, so.
Yeah, so hopefully sometime before that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Or at least around the time of Fusion Strike releasing.
Yeah. So, and I guess even if they don't release, I guess you just hold on to the codes until it does come out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I as a content creator will probably have to put stuff on to do videos and stuff, but I might. It's a big dichotomy, right? Like I know Azul and Mahone and these guys are much bigger than me, so I don't really have the option to do so. But because I'm buying my own codes still. It's like if it's kind of a huge feels bad that I'm gonna have to buy codes for maybe a week of videos until Live goes live.
Well, I mean, the good thing is they'll all transfer, so even if you'll get the cards and they'll say.
I wouldn't go too ham, and I just see if I can borrow. If some people get some stuff early, I'll just borrow. But I'm not holding any coins, which is kind of an issue. So I've been burning all my coins.
I have so many coins.
I burned all my coins on packs whenever I heard the live announcement.
Yeah. And I used all my tickets too. I think I'm down to 13 or 14 tickets left, so I'm just not even gonna bother.
I need to play. I have 700 tickets still.
I did it while I played a bunch of tournaments while watching Squid Game, and then I did it while watching a couple of seasons of anime that I wanted to watch. It was just evenings where I just have that going and something out. I literally missed rounds of my tournaments round the top 4 rounds because the wait in between so long. I was just I was oh wait, why is Pokemon open? I'm oh man, I missed a round.
Right.
4-2, I was doing 4-2. I literally been watching something and then I've just completely missed it because I have my tournament going. I just missed the tournament.
I did that during Squid Game multiple times because Squid Game just got to
so
paying attention, and I was just I missed a round. Oops.
Yeah. I love that show. I binged it and then I watched Alice, which I felt was better, and people haven't watched it.
It's just the acting in Squid Game is far better because they use good actors. But the premise of Alice is
it's more modern.
The typical death game genre is the same across the board, but it's just that Alice had really cool games.
Really cool games.
Where I think with Squid Game, I guess spoiler alert if you don't want to hear about this, skip 1 minute ahead. Like it was cool for the first like 5-6 episodes, and the last 3 just felt like it like strayed from the main path.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, anyways, back to like Pokemon. We have Fusion Strike. I've kind of already gone through these, so I'm not gonna waste your time.
Idea of like what's going on in the set, but it's like I've like seen a few card scans here and there, but I haven't kept up with it entirely.
We'll go through all the Vs, but then I've kind of gone through and looked at like all these non-V Pokemon and seeing which ones are worth talking about, kind of, sort of. So I won't waste your time with shenanigans. So we'll kind of just
we'll just run through. That'll be your weekly content.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. We have Serena V. For 2. Yeah, I don't think so. It's like discard any number of bench Pokemon. This attack does 40 more damage for each bench.
This can be like a 2-price slaughter into like something like Leafeon, I think. Yeah, for sure. But it's just
discarding Pokemon for your bench is kind of cool.
Where's the text, Zach?
Huh?
Where's the text?
Do you not see it?
Oh, right there. Okay, I see it.
Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
Okay. That card still does like no damage, I guess.
Yeah.
The damage isn't enough.
You have to get the deck doesn't. Leafeon doesn't have attachments. Like if Leafeon was like Jolteon, this card could be really cool if it had like the badge, because then like you could badge the Leafeon like at the attachment turn 1, and then you attack with Leafeon, retreat. You discard the Leafeon so they don't get the knockout on it, and then you attach badge the next turn, but it doesn't have badge, so it doesn't have the way to accelerate extra energy. And so I think that just the 2 attachments is too much.
Yeah. If it was 1 attachment and you were playing like a stall deck that you needed to get rid of like threats on your bench, I see like maybe it would be played of, but I don't know.
It's not like awful, and it's not like an awful thing in stall, but stall generally doesn't really care to discard their bench Pokemon. That's the problem. Like it's just like a niche card, and like Despair Gardevoir is really cool because that deck had everything it needed in format. It had Shaman, it had Hoopa, it had Dragonite. And this card has, first of all, none of the supports. Second of all, it doesn't one-shot stuff, and
it just doesn't do enough for what you need it to do, and for getting a slot in the deck.
That's pretty trash. That was okay. We'll just go straight to Chandelier feedbacks.
Chandeler's interesting.
As long as this Pokemon, its ability, as long as this Pokemon is in your active spot, your opponent can't play any Pokemon tools from their hand, which is interesting. Your opponent 70 times.
I think the tools part doesn't matter too much.
No. Your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 70 damage for each trainer card that you find. It's. I personally hate.
Poltergeist.
Well, it's not even like Poltergeist. Well, it's Poltergeist, but like I hate cards that depend on your opponent, what your opponent has. Like, because you don't really have control.
We don't have any cards that put stuff into people's hands either.
Yeah. Like Poltergeist, you could GX them and put 7 cards into their hand and go, alright.
Poltergeist was good because that was a really, really good card. And so having the Poltergeist attack was cool because sometimes you could have like a Hail Mary option that could win you games. But this card is just bad. And so it doesn't really matter. Like it's never going to be good enough for this card on its own. It doesn't have good enough other abilities. Unless the Chandelier V is really good, you could splash this in to like kind of a surprise, oh, my VMAX got you, but that's all that you could do.
Alright, let's look at the V real quick, just in case you're right. Let's see.
No, it's a smaller Poltergeist.
Yeah. Your opponent's hand does 40 times. Yeah, it's not great. Confusion.
Yeah.
It looks good, though.
It does look really good, I'll give you that.
It's good.
It's a cool card. It's just a cool card. I would say it's like, but that's like the extent of it. I think it'll see play. Will it be good? I think the answer is no.
Right. So we have this Oricorio, which is not horrible, but not like I don't think it's playable, but I think it's worth talking about. Okay. Your Fusion Strike Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks.
No, I think this card's broken. This card's gonna get one of them.
It seems pretty good. 20 less. In Fusion?
Really? I don't think this card is that good.
So I think it's a 2-2 right? It's a Fusion Strike Pokemon, so you get to draw off the Genesect.
Yeah.
It's the damage drop is like very good for peppering things the way you want it to pepper.
Mm-hmm.
specifically by using Mew and shifting things in. And the -20 mathematically does actually like make a difference across the board.
I mean, its attack isn't horrible either.
The attack is pretty good. I think this card is like
5 damage counters.
I think it's a necessary tool in box. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I just think this card is bad. I just don't think I'm ever going to use a bench space on it when I can have a Genesect or a Mew on my bench.
I mean, you might be right.
Maybe you'll play one of them for some situation, but I can't think of it.
You're gonna max Genesect and Muse anyway. It's just this will be like another Fusion Strike Pokemon. There's not that many Fusion Strike Pokemon that are good to play, right? Like,
yeah, that is very true. There are very few Fusion Pokemon.
I think it is.
And you have like
I
this
don't know.
and maybe
I think they're enough though.
You have this and maybe Meloetta. Like that's all you're left with eventually at a certain point.
I just think
with no healing informant, I think there's enough where, like, the only way it's gonna really matter is if they're one-shotting you, and the only deck that's gonna one-shot you is like maybe
Dark
Shadow Rider.
that's what
Eternus is gonna blow you out of the water anyways.
Well, Eternus sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Shadow Rider needs one more energy to get the knockout, so it could be cool in that matchup if that matchup isn't good. Maybe that's a big enough difference, but I don't know how much difference one energy makes. But yeah, it's worth mentioning, but I personally don't think it would be.
I think it'll become a staple in the deck just because it's one of the easy splashable card.
Yeah, I think
it's a quick ballable target, etc.
I think it really comes down to numbers, you know? Like, if that 20 matters, then it's going to be played a lot. If that 20 doesn't matter, I don't think it'll be played as much. Starmie was kind of a weird thing. So we have, for one, it does discard any amount of water energy from this Pokemon. Then for each energy you discard, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage to it. It could just spread like 30 damage all over, like.
Oh, that's cool. I have 12 energy on here. I'll knock out your VMAX. How did I get 12 energy? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not trying to one-shot, but like...
Yeah, how did you get 12 energy?
Okay, Frostmoth is in format.
Yeah, we have Frostmoth. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's a different attack. Like, we don't see this attack very often.
It's unique. It's unique.
Yeah, it's unique.
Great, right? That card was really good, but...
Rapid Strike, too? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's unique, but this card is not going to be good.
No. I mean...
Better stuff than Standard.
Yeah, I agree. We have Hauntail and Orbis, which it could be. I mean, your opponent's single strike Pokemon attacks cost one more, which is.
I think that's a big difference.
That's a big difference in a single strike. If you have to put one more to one shot, that's a problem.
I think this obviously has to be tested, but will that make the question is will that make enough of a difference against Umbreon to?
I agree.
I mean, I guess Gengar coming up soon as well. Like, will that make enough of a difference to deal with both of those matchups? Specifically, because we're gonna have 2 single strike variants coming up here soon.
I don't know. I think that my first instinct is that this card is bad because I think the deck should. I mean, you're gonna need space to put this Huntail in your deck, and then you're gonna need to devote some search to put this Huntail get this Huntail on the board, and that means you need to have Evolution Incense in your deck, which isn't unusual, but still.
You want to play low counts with this Mew version.
Yeah, I feel like it's like. A metal call.
Cramomatic.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I guess I don't know. None of the attacks discard special energy, right? So, and they can't one-shot Umbreon. I kind of feel like if they get one Umbreon up, the game's just over. I guess maybe I don't actually know what Genesec's attack cost is.
Metal call is 210.
How fast that guy can attack, or if it'll just die.
But you usually use Mew to copy, and then I think you have to end up doing is playing Meloetta, and you can usually use Meloetta's attack. With
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not. It's not awful. It's a really cool effect. So I could definitely see it going into the Mew deck. I think the next card is like bad.
The Gorbis.
I don't think this one's good at all.
The Gorbis turns off rapid strike abilities.
I mean, the biggest one is just Inteleon. Yeah. We don't care enough.
Okay. Yeah, it just turns off Inteleon, and I mean that sounds really cool because like Inteleon's in every deck, but just don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, Octillery, right? If people decide to play
it. Yeah, that card's really good. It does turn off Artillery. I guess, same thing with the last one. It could be a 1/1 in a deck if it makes a difference.
Yeah. That's what I feel like both of these cards are like, you're going into a tournament and like single strike is super hyped and you feel like the field's going to be like half single strikes. Like, okay, I'm throwing this in here.
They're testable and playable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is just like, are they going to do? Is it going to do anything? Like,
yeah.
Like
you have to tweak it to the point where like this is like a Grant Manley card, right? Like this is like one of those like. When you least expect it, Grant will like win a regional. So like get top 4 with the regionals with this card, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, Gorbis is insane." But in reality, Grant just made like a nutty meta call.
Yeah. Carbonal V. Yes. It doesn't really.
Yeah, Town Doom, bro. Let's go. So I'm on the Poke Beach because I like just having the cards on my screen and not having the name.
That works. Yeah. We have the discard the top 2 cards from your deck. Or from your opponent's deck for 1 energy.
Houndoom, baby.
I don't know. The second attack is questionable at best.
This attack does 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. Not great.
Okay, it's cool.
It's not horrible.
It's like okay, if you want to build like your Starmie deck, you put your energy on the Starmie and then you spread your energy around, and then you bench your Crabominable, and then he's dead. Let's go.
There you go.
Choked on my spit.
I like sweet. Pretty trash.
Pikachu on the screen, bro. That card's cool.
I don't think there's enough spread in the format.
I want to show Pokeball, but without Charger Bug, it's just not that great.
Bro, put Pikachu on the screen. What in the world?
Oh yeah, there is Pikachu, which is a good card.
No. Okay, it is bad, but it's really cool. But it's really bad.
It could be. I could see people playing it. No.
Okay, but it's really bad. It's just a bad judge whistle. Like, I think.
Okay, so I think it allows you to play Altaria in engines and random decks.
Yeah.
Over Inteleon.
Wait, you just play a Rangaroo, right?
I would rather play this because you get a bench spot. I think bench spot's the biggest issue.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for people listening,
you have to draw this card.
It says once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand, you may put this card at the bottom of your deck. If you do draw a card, you can use this. You can only use this ability once per turn.
Yeah,
just so everyone knows. Apom snapback was insane when it was a thing. When Apom Macargo were a thing, that was really good. But again, Macargo was broken, and there's nothing that compares to Macargo right now, like Smooth Over.
Yeah.
So, very different worlds, obviously, but similar.
If you're playing if you're going into the Altaria thing, then I don't know. You might as well just play Ranger in your deck. I know you're saying that it's a bench spot, but I mean this card is really cool, and it's like. Yeah, I mean, it would either be broken or bad. Like, they would either... Like, if you could use multiple a turn, then the card would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Snapback.
It's good you can.
Yes, if you use multiple, it'd be broken. Absolutely broken.
Yeah, it'd be fun, though. I like
it. It's a cool card. I mean, it could be good in some deck. Like, I mean, it can be a draw one card if there's, some random card that searches for a Pokemon, it can draw you a card, but it's probably not good enough.
I'm gonna skip Vikavolt because it's just sad.
Yeah, if you want to watch the Vikavolt, I did a video on that, but obviously all the charger bugs and stuff are not in the
format.
I don't understand why Bolt of VMAX is that good. Is this card even that good? Okay, we'll go to Bolt of V.
We're at Bolt on V. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon.
The other Bolton's just strictly superior.
But I guess if people are listening, we should read the other cards. So Bolton, 1 energy, 30 damage. You may 1 lightning. You may switch it with your bench, and then lightning, colorless, 120 damage. It does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's like a bigger, nice spear. But like Rahul said, the other Bolton's just better. I mean, Boltstorm is just insane, right?
Yeah, I mean this art looks better though. Come on.
You could play one, but I think Boltstorm plus having Electrify is just way better than having.
Yeah, I mean you just Electrify is insane.
Yeah, Electrify is insane. We're going to the VMAX. Boltstorm, electric, colorless, 30 plus. This deck does 30 more damage for each electric energy attached to all your Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. And then it does
it is bad.
I mean, it's not great.
It gives lightning types a reason to be played. It's just it's just lightning types are not good right now.
But Bolton's in standard. This doesn't actually make the deck any better, does it? I guess it gives it more HP, but that's not actually making it better. I mean, we do have EXP share. That's kind of cool. But I said, it doesn't actually make Bolton better. And it's just going... This is just a worse Shadow Rider. It's just so much worse.
I agree. Its second attack is lightning, colorless, 230.
Yeah.
And you can't use it next turn. Which is meh.
Yeah.
And then we go on to the Mew. which is just good.
Wait. Toxicity is cool.
Did you like it? I thought it was trash. We'll look at it.
I think it's
Oreo, you gotta look at this card.
I guess.
Looking at, yeah.
This card's actually. I think this card's actually better. Like playable.
Really?
I don't know. Well, okay. I don't know what any of the fusion attacks do, but I mean that's not a bad ability.
I can explain the fusion attacks when we get there.
All right. Explain or read the card.
Well, I mean, once I read them, I'll know what they do, but I don't know what they do now. If any of them do 290 damage, then this card's really broken. So I think it'll be good at some point, probably.
Okay, so we have Toxicity. Its ability is if all of your Pokemon in play are Fusion Strike Pokemon, your opponent's Pokemon VMAX in play get 30 less damage.
And it's a stage 1.
Or 30 less HP.
Again, it's an evolution Pokemon though, so it's is it worth making the slots? And that's something that you can't.
It comes down to numbers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't put that value on until you start testing.
Yeah, comes down to numbers. If this makes a one shot, does this stack too? This does stack.
Yeah.
Wow. So you can technically get negative 100. What? 120?
Yeah. I mean, getting like two. I guess that getting anything more than 2 in play is unreasonable. But getting 2 in play isn't unreasonable. And maybe, I mean, that's just 60 damage every time you attack a VMAX, which is pretty cool if you have like a attack that does like 270 or something. So I can see this card being good. It is a lot of space, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's not horrible, you're right.
Yeah. And you can just, I don't know, New V, I guess you can read it. It's not very good.
Yeah, we'll just go to VMAX. This is like the best card in the set.
No, New V is important to read.
Is it? All right, you read it then.
Is it up on the screen? Okay. So Mew V has energy mix, so you deck for an energy card, so one of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. So if you get an energy attachment, if you're behind.
For one psychic, yeah.
Yep, for one psychic. For a psychic color, side jump 70, shuffle it into the deck. Now that's very important because Mew V Max can copy your Mew V to prevent just.
Oh, that is good. All right. Yeah, it looks good too.
Which is this like is also why I think Oricorio gets a little bit better because in my mind I think you can always side jump out if you're not getting one shot by weakness.
That's actually super busted. Just side jump out of there.
No, it's not because everything's two-shotting you, and so if you side jump out, then that was like
you're side jumping into something else.
They attack you again, and then you got nowhere.
You're side jumping into like Oricorio or something, and you're sacking it, so you can offset it by 1 turn. It's the same reason that Urshi's played like Cheryl, for example. But I think it's like a super easy play. I mean, it's not an obvious not a play you should be like looking out to do, but it's like a play that should be in the back of your mind, in my opinion.
I mean, it can definitely come up. It's definitely come up.
And Mew V Max is cross fusion. It lets you copy one of your bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's attacks for double colorless, and then for colorless, you can max Miracle 130 use and Shred Effect. But if you have 2 Mew V Max, you obviously can copy. Biggest thing about Mew V Max, that's for your treat. Same with Mew V. That's really important as we get to the Fusion Strike Pokemon attacks. Nice. So I thought this card was going to be great, and then I watched it in action, and I realized why it's going to be broken.
Why?
Wait for the rest of the Fusion Strike engine. The rest of the Fusion Strike engine will get you there.
The cards look good too. I mean, that card.
I mean, obviously,
anything that copies something has always been good. Like, even like Ditto or these little Pokemon that have done something.
Always been good.
It's pretty freaking. It's almost useful though.
But this isn't like a normal copy card. Like the other copy, this one is very specific. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to the. Genesect is the big one. We're going to get Genesect and Meloetta.
Yeah, I know Genesect.
I want to look at this just because it's. Am I wrong here, or does this card count as all 3 of these?
It counts as all 3.
That's pretty cool. No, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think. It's pretty cool.
I don't know how great it is, but I guess if you throw like 3 single strike energies on this, and then. Attach a fusion energy, it does a significant amount of damage into a single strike deck, for a psychic Pokemon too.
Also, it lets Mew V Max do 160 for 200. If it has a fusion strike energy, but you have to use Genesect. But okay, I think Rainbow's kind of cool. I think we should look at that card.
Okay, I'll go back.
It's got an interesting ability.
I think I read this. Dig Up. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put up to two Pokemon tools from your discard pile back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like good, but I mean, it's a stage 1 when you evolve, you get 2 tools back. I think those abilities are kind of cool, so I think that's something to keep in mind. Also, I think the other card, the Galarian Crisol, I think that card actually could be good. Like,
yeah, it's kind of funny.
I think like in a checkmate deck, that card could be really good. It says for 1 Psychic Energy, it's a stage 1. put a basic Pokemon V from your opponent's discard pile on their bench, then put damage counters on it until its remaining HP is 30.
Oh, that's not bad.
Like, you can just put something at 30. I mean, it's probably too slow, but it's kind of an interesting interaction to keep in mind.
I don't think it's it's very interesting. That's how I put it as well. It's not like it's not amazing, but it's like very cheeky.
One of these Pokemon attacks for tools. Do you guys remember which one it is?
Yeah, it went up. It was like 50 damage times the number of tools. I can find it. It was like some grass type. I looked at it, but I thought it was bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Is it Virizion?
It's Maractus.
Oh, it's Maractus. That's what it is.
No, all my homies hate Maractus.
Yeah.
Very true.
But I just noticed that there's a lot of interaction with this card, like the Gramble and ways to get tools. There's like Pokemon that turn off tools, so
there will probably be some important tools in the future. Right now, there's like not that many, in my opinion.
And there's no way to like recycle them very efficiently.
Yeah. Okay, I think you can skip a lot of these cards. I guess.
Yeah, these were all pretty trash. We'll look at the Hoopa V, which is a Psychic and a Dark type. Is its ability.
That's cool. Darbuder's bad.
170. Put 3 damage counters on one of your Pokemon. Not great. I guess if you want to put this in like Eternatus, so you can hit for Psychic weakness. Sure.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I mean, never mind. You're never attaching to it. That's bad.
Yeah, no, I don't know how you're getting 3 energies on it, but
yeah, it's kind of sad that it's not Psychic. Cause then you could like, what's it called? Get it with if you wanted to play Fall Crystal in your deck. But I don't know why. Why is it Psychic and Dark type? What is that ever doing? Also, in Eternatus, if it's Psychic type, would that like kill Eternatus? How does that work?
What do you mean?
It's Dark and Psychic.
Eternatus says if you have any non-dark Pokemon on your bench, it stops working. So
it counts as both. So it's also Psychic.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question though. Here's the star of the set, I guess, next to Mew.
No, it's just the best card in the set. This is
Genesect is the best card by far.
This is the best card we've had in like this card is like insane. Like I could literally not believe this card was this good. It's
so Genesect has Fusion System. Once your turn, you may draw cards until the same number of cards in play as your Fusion Strike Pokemon. This is a stackable effect. You can use it multiple times per turn. So you have 4 Genesect, you can use it 4 times. And not only is that the case, Genesect also has the attack Technoblast for 210 Metal Colorless. During this turn, your next turn your Pokemon can attack. 210 is a very, very stable number for 2-shotting anything in the format. Yeah. And also, when it says the Pokemon can't attack next turn, well, Mew and Mew VMAX both have free retreat, so it doesn't really do anything.
True. That's very good. And this art is pretty dope.
Genesect? Yeah.
With the Smeargle on the back, those down.
Bro, he's DJ'd.
I like it.
Okay,
I like it.
I am going to say that I think that Mew VMAX is not a good deck. I think it's an okay deck, but I don't think it's a great deck.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
I don't see why it's better than the decks that we have in Standard right now. I mean, okay, Genesect is really, really good, and I understand that, but I guess that since we get the new Lysander effect, that's going to be a bonus for having all of your Genesects in play. So
we also get Crabomatic, we get the Pez Dispenser.
Yeah, we'll get to those.
We'll get to those. We
can do it later. I can give my take later if it stays the same. But yeah, keep going.
I thought these look pretty cool.
No, that's important. Latias is very important because Latias has 70 and VMAXs can't hit into you next turn. So you're forcing a boss.
Yes.
If you're copying with Mew VMAX, or you're forcing other Mew VMAXs to go shred into you. So Latias also buys you a lot of time. I think this card is going to become like a must-play card.
No, finish rule.
I was going to say any card like this, if that's had this effect, that can be copied, has always been very, very strong throughout history.
And it's a fusion. That's true.
Okay, I think it's okay. It's definitely going to be decent, but I don't know. It is only 70 damage, and your attack only does 210, which is kind of mediocre because then you're not even 2-shotting, so you need to use it multiple times in a row.
You have Pez Dispenser.
Yes, it does 30 more damage.
Electro
powers.
Got it.
Which is, I mean, that brings a lot of attention.
I definitely don't think. I definitely think the card is going to be in the in the deck. It will definitely be in the deck. But I mean, yeah,
this is a one-up. This is a one-up.
Yeah, I wish it did more than 70, basically.
Yes, yeah.
Actually, I don't, because then it would be good broken. So
It's super broken.
It'd be a lot.
It needs to do like basically 0 damage to be a fair attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
I guess we'll just look at this. I know
Latios is okay. It's just 210. If you're already doing 210, you might as well just play. You already have Genesect in the deck.
Yeah. So yeah, nothing really great.
You don't want the energy on Latias. There's no way to move.
Gujo was interesting. No.
No, don't put this card on the screen. Leave it.
Really?
Get it out.
Leave.
Explain to me. All right. So, do you lose your attachment if you flip tails?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a stage 2 that sucks.
I know, but like, that's kind of.
And it has to be it's a stage 2. It has to be in the active spot.
That's true.
And it doesn't not have a good attack. So first of all, you have to have it in the active spot. Second of all, it's only one flip, so like half the time it's gonna happen. And third of all, you're not actually doing anything with it. So if it was like a stage 1, maybe it could be cool. Like you sit behind it while you get something like set up kind of like a Groudon deck, but it's just gonna be too slow.
Yeah, and its HP so low. So if they do flip heads, you're just dead. Yeah.
I think it's a bad card for what you're trying to do. It's so much for so little. I mean, you'll probably see it in the YouTube video a couple times, but
you'll definitely see it. That's facts.
Does Smeargle do anything? I don't think.
You skipped Dunsparce. What?
Huh?
You skipped Dunsparce.
I'll go back to it. I like this guy.
Smeargle, for 1 energy, put up to 2 Fusion Strike trainer cards from your discard pile into your hand.
That might be alright. Because
it's
when we
definitely
get there.
a good card because it gets back Electro Power, it gets back Lysander item card. I don't think the VS Seeker item card is good. I think that card is bad. But it also gets that one back if you want to. So it's an okay card. It can be good in Mew VMAX if you want to attach to it, use it, attack, get 2 Electro Powers back, and kind of juice up your deck for the next turn so you don't have Mew VMAX in the active. I think that's probably going to be the best thing it's for. Or, if you run the catchers, you can get them back.
Yeah. So get Dunsparce. Its ability. Each player's colorless Pokemon in play have no weakness.
Let's go.
And it's a basic, which makes it super useful.
It's very interesting. It's a very interesting card.
Yeah. I don't know what in the world is going to use this card, but this is a really cool card. I love it.
It's one of those we can look back on and maybe there's a playability factor somewhere that'll emerge from this card.
Yep.
We'll see. That's a good ability. Very good. These were all pretty good.
Yeah. Skip to the cross receiver.
We might as well look at the V's,
I forgot. Go ahead.
Flip a coin if heads. Your opponent's knocked focus, now it's paralyzed. Not great. No. 3, draw 3 for 3, does 120, not great.
No, green's not good.
Looks cool. The VMAX for 2, does 30 if your opponent's basic Pokemon is knocked out. By damage, take 2 more prize cards.
There's the obvious Galarian Cursola into Greedent strategy that everyone has thought of just because it's so obvious. But how feasible will it be to pull off is the question, obviously. But I think it'd be really funny. I think it's nothing more than a League Cup deck, however.
I just feel like what is the single strike? Take another turn is kind of just better than this, no?
You're Medicham?
Yeah, Medicham it does 30 to anything.
They do 2 different things.
That card's actually good. This card is bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And seen 0 play. Literally, well, basically 0, I guess, in some decks, but it pretty much has seen 0 play.
It seems very little play,
Yeah. So that's pretty bad. So
look at all the items. I think all the items are worth talking about.
Yeah. Cross receiver.
No, well, this one not really. It's 2 for a VS Seeker, just kind of sucks. You can play other cards.
Or 2 for a Rescue Stretcher. That's it's nice flexibility, but it's just so bad. I don't like that they took away the single effect. I love.
Yes, I wish if there was a single effect, I think they'd be a lot better. I don't know what the single effect should be for something like this, but if they had one, it would be very good. I think.
Even if they made it literally, they just copied puzzle single effect. Look at your top 3, reintroduce them. That could be really good in Genesect whenever you want to dump your hand or you're drawing a few cards per turn. That could be decent. So
absolutely.
I liked the old cards having single effects, and those are really nice touch. So I'm kind of sad these don't. But yeah, this is definitely the worst. This is definitely the worst of the 2 cards.
Yes.
I wonder why they did that, because usually it kind of
there's probably some It probably is not going to affect that would like be reasonably like balanced, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably just wanted to make it different. Like the old ones were like this. These are fusion strike trainers, make it a little bit different.
Like if you guys are listening to this,
like Poke Healer and like Poke Blower Plus did like something different too. Like all the play two at the same time effects did something different in each of their eras.
Yeah. Like in the past, when you had cards that played two guys, there was always like an effect of if you only had one in your hand.
Like Custom Catcher, if you play one, draw two, you have three. If you play two, switch on your opponent's bench Pokemon if they're active. Yeah. Maybe this is because they're like fusion cards, so you need two of them because fusion power.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Let's go next one, which is Cross Switch.
This one is just Counter Catcher. If you play two copies of Cross Switcher, it's an item card. Bring up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with the active, and then you also get to switch your active with one of your bench Pokemon. So
it's Guzma.
It's like a Guzma effect for
very, very good card. Well. It's a decent card. I'm not sure.
It can be played in Genesect pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much this card is going to see play in general. I think we had Custom Catcher was in format when we got Boss printed, right? And then
we had it. Yeah. Custom didn't see play for a while.
Custom, and Custom wasn't played like a ton throughout when it was legal. There's just that Ninetales format. I guess no, it was played a long time whenever Boss just got rotated out. But
the problem is there's not enough turn and burn. Nor is there as much shuffle draw right now. So by having like a lack of both of those, you can't or like a Green's Exploration style card.
Yeah.
So there's no way to like actively find these cards.
Yeah.
And the only decks that can use it is like Genesect, which is going to be like filling your hand with turn and burn cards anyway. Where like I think a good Genesect like Mew deck is going to play like a lot of turn and burn, like Fog Crystals, like Quick Balls, like the Battle Pass, like all those cards like are going to be played.
Yeah, I think it could be okay maybe in Shadow Rider as well, because that deck draws so many cards, but I don't think that deck needs to play supporters once it gets.
You can play 4 Boss, honestly, yeah.
And it'd be a little bit redundant. So I think the card's really cool, but it's not going to be good as long as we have.
We have Battle Pass.
This card is good in Genesect.
You can play this card only on your first turn. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck.
Yes, sir.
This card's good, isn't it?
This card's just good, yeah.
It's just good.
It's just outright good.
Yeah.
I think any deck could just play 1.
Yeah, if you at least.
Well, it's useless past turn 1.
It's useless past turn 1.
I'm playing 4 of this card. What?
If I'm playing it in Genesect, I'm only playing 1.
It matters how much room you have in your deck.
There's no way you putting 1 of this card in your deck.
Have you heard of this card called Peony?
You're gaslighting me, bro.
Have you heard of this card called Peony? Have you heard of this card called Peony?
Yeah, I know Peony. I want a Peony for 2 of these. What?
Okay, you can get 4 things, and then I'm not maybe 2. Okay, so 2, but I'm never playing 4. I don't think I'm ever playing 4 in a deck. Okay, it eats up too many slots.
If you're playing Peony in your deck, you don't have to play more than 4. But in other decks, this card's really good. It's like Bridget. Maybe you don't have the room for it, but
how are you finding cards on turn 1 with any other deck that isn't Genesect?
Sycamore, let's go.
If you're going first?
I like your Sycamore, baby.
If I play 4, I'm more likely to open it than if I have 1.
Yeah, but then if you don't open 1, now you have 4 dead cards for the rest of the game in your deck.
That's very bad.
It's so good. I don't know.
It's so good. I don't know. We'll see.
It's a good card, but I think there's like...
It's good if they're in your hand on turn 1. If they're not, that's very fucking useless.
Okay. Yeah, but so is Bridget. Bridget was searchable by Lele, but even
when you played it.
Ultra Ball, Lele, Bridget,
Zora,
guaranteed.
Yeah, and
what do we do here?
Just go next. Go next.
That card's broken.
It's a good card.
Point
Power Tablet.
Yeah, it's just electro power for 30, so just plus 30 damage for your fusion strike attacks. Yes. You're obviously playing 4 in your fusion strike deck. It starts helping with numbers tremendously. Gives you that one-shot potential out of nowhere. Even makes your like flimsy 70s start packing a punch, and they're also turnable and burnable cards, which means like you can just play them in a situation and just start digging for more cards with Genesect like every time.
Yeah.
Like, you only ever need to probably use like 2 or 3 in a game to make that like one big one shot happen, or like use like Latias or something to like offset the turn by getting a one shot as well in the same turn.
The Latias into this is pretty disgusting.
You use Genesect on one turn, and the next turn you use Latias with the powered up attack, or you use like Mew
or the other way.
Yeah, like something like that, where you like just kind of like you do a powered up like buffed up attack, and that should be like what kind of carries like your game. Like you only need to like offset the math one time. It's like really all you need to do with these. But it's like another burnable card that you can just play down with to draw more cards. And then when you can draw more cards, then you can see more cards with Genesect, and then also you can peony for these, so it's like very easy to find them. Yeah,
that's it.
Just nothing more. Like,
more damage is just always good. So.
Yeah, it's good, and it's a burnable card.
Yeah. Sponge gloves, guys. Sponge gloves.
Oh, right, go next.
I don't think that these cards are bad. I actually didn't know that they weren't like the struggle gloves. I thought that you all had to have weakness to the type to use them.
No, it's just to a certain type.
But I don't think these cards are that bad. I didn't know they existed, but I think that they should probably be being played in some capacity. Like, I don't know, like an Italian deck like Leafeon, then I'm sure there's some type you want to do more damage against. So obviously,
I mean, it comes down to the matchup spread.
This card could be completely useless, but I didn't know these cards existed, and I think that they could be decent.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to testing and meta calling and deciding if that 30 damage matters in certain matchups. Yeah, it kind of sucks because, like, if you don't play that matchup, you have a useless card in your deck.
Well, yeah, of course.
That's the downfall. Like, yeah.
I mean, it again, it's entirely a meta card.
Yeah. Large parting bell.
Grand Bell is the position here, but go ahead. Grand Bell of Remembrance.
Oh, that's what it's called on that. Okay, so if the Pokemon VMAX, this card is attached to, is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand.
No.
Not great.
I don't think it's very good.
Bad card. Too slow.
Yeah.
It's specifically on your VMAXs too, which is a little bit.
Yeah, if it was just Pokemon, maybe it could be okay. Probably would not be, but
Sydney? It's a supporter. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards, stadium cards, or special energy that you find there.
Really, really cool card. But not sure that it's going to be. I mean, I don't think it's going to be ever be good. If there's some control that can stay there, maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. It's not even that good. Like,
Planner is just better.
All is always going to be played over and expanded, at least for the most part. Getting Floatstone is cool. So maybe not. But I mean, it's a cool card that expanded control gets to add to its arsenal. But I don't think it's going to be good enough because nowadays control doesn't have the luxury of going for the slow, grindy game plan. They kind of have to go for the wall.
Yeah. It's an interesting card, but I don't think, like as I said, I don't think it's going to be played.
Yeah, me neither.
But I mean, I'm sure it'll be seen in something. Something will play it. It's
also Sparkle.
Also, Sparkle is broken.
Choose up to 2 of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a Fusion Energy and attach it to that Pokemon. The shuffle it. Yeah, that's busted.
Well, it's not that good because UV Max only takes 2 energy to attack.
Yeah, but it gives you the. Well, wait, we skipped Meloetta.
Oh yeah, we need to go back to that. Don't worry, we'll go back to that.
That's not good. What?
Meloetta, it's good.
But yeah,
no,
that's
it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I read it.
It's not. That card is not good.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Where is it?
It's not. It's not alphabetical, buddy.
It's psychic.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
I think Meloetta is good as a 1-up just because you have that one early game one-shot potential super easily. You go attach turn 1, attach turn 2, also Sparkle. Boom. Boom.
This Pokemon has 70 damage for each fusion.
I don't know, something
attached to all your Pokemon. So
yeah, I guess you have Electro Power, so you can Meloetta with 4 energy on board, double Electro Power, one shot of VMAX.
Just to what, 280?
Also, I like playing Meloetta in the deck because it's now a 1 prize offsetter. Because I think it's much easier to set up Meloetta than it is a Genesect.
Bro, 3 energy on this card?
No, you're only 2. It's 2.
Oh, it's 2?
It's 2.
You have energy on this card?
Well,
you can also sparkle to it.
Yeah, that's a sparkle.
They're never going to target that. They're never going to target this one down. There's never a reason to target this one down over Mew VMAX, right?
Okay, but this it doesn't really I don't know if this offsets the price here that much because they kill this and they can kill a Genesect if they can one.
Sure, but I'm saying like you can force that boss on that certain turn where you can bring up the Meloetta forcibly and say like you have to deal with this. And have like the boss this turn or something, you know?
Yeah, and like the potential one shot is here on this, like 280.
You should already be playing Psychics because you're playing Fog Crystal.
Yeah. And
I would play 2. I would play total of 6 energy.
Wait, what? I want to play 4 capture energy.
No, I'm not playing any capture.
You're playing capture with the battle passes? What are you doing?
Yeah, your hands are gonna get clogged. You cannot have cloggable cards with a Genesect deck.
Well, yeah, I can if I have Genesis on the board.
No, I don't want cloggable cards in my hand.
What do you want? You want 4 battle passes and 4 capture energy in your hand, and you can't do anything with them?
I
turn 2. Turn 2.
I drew the battle passes on turn 1. They do
Oh,
something.
you drew them? What if you didn't? You just scoop? Fuck it.
What? Okay. What do you mean? What if I didn't? I used.
No. You'll usually get them on turn.
Yeah, I know you'll get them, but I'm just saying, like.
Okay.
You have potential of like super clogged hands if you play that.
I'll play 4 fusion strike energy, 1 psychic energy, and 1 or 2 capture energy.
That's fine.
All right. That's fair.
I would never do 4 capture.
But the potential of a one-shot on a single prizer is like very good.
It's not on a single prizer because you're going to be using VMAX. But
well, if you can use this card.
So I think there's like very many situations where like if you go first, get attachment onto a Mew VMAX. Turn 2, you could realistically LS's Sparkle here and onto the Meloid and attach to a Mew VMAX a second Mew. So now you have like 3 attackers set up.
You don't even need to do it on turn 2. Just having the ability, as long as you don't let if your fusion strike energy doesn't die, which I guess is kind of impossible. But at some point in the game, you can get if you have
2 fusion strike on a Mew, there's like a lot of play to just shuffle it back in to preserve your energies.
Yes, that's kind of bad, but I mean, it is a good card. I agree. I wasn't thinking about electric power.
Yeah.
I think having a card that hits above 210 can be very useful.
Like, I mean, the one shot's insane. You can skip to the trio. That card's bad.
The answer's bad.
Yeah,
the trio's okay.
This one.
Yeah, it isn't. I don't know. I don't know if this card is good or not.
You want to read it?
I don't think it's good. I wouldn't.
Okay, so. Chili, Silent, and Crash Trainer supported Fusion Strike. Search your deck for up to 3 Fusion Strike Pokemon. Search your deck for up to 3 Fusion Strike Pokemon. Reveal them. Put them in your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I don't know. I don't think it's bad, but it's not great. I mean, I guess if you want to be playing just like your ball search cards, you just want to play. I mean, if you want to play, Research says Peony in your deck. So
yeah, it's not horrible.
It's definitely slower than other options.
Yeah, especially when you have Battle VIP Pass in your deck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what an insane card.
Skater Park. Basically, when you retreat, the energy goes back to your hand, and now you discard pile.
Better. Like this card is so bad. Yeah. I guess it's not like. I guess it's okay in like exactly.
Terrible.
But if you had like Blastoise or something,
why couldn't you just keep the energy on? Like I don't know. That seems like when a Pokemon retreats, they put any basic energy used to retreat it onto that Pokemon. Like that seems to it would actually see play. I don't know. I just think it's a bad card.
Seems okay. It's not great, but
I feel like it's like I made a mistake and I ran out of energies, but there's one on my Pokemon. I retreat it, I get it back, and now I can attach. Like that's or you're playing like Frostmoth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of this card's even worth talking about. Fusion Strike energy.
It's just rainbow energy for Fusion Strike Pokemon only, basically.
But it has an effect. It says prevent effects of your opponent's abilities done to this Pokemon, which turns off the sniping of Inteleon. Which
it's attack. Wait, what?
Yeah, it effects of a Pokemon's abilities. Right. Yeah, which is like
I thought it said attack.
Very underrated. I think.
Also,
which is really nice. Yeah.
You're kind of getting ran over by Umbreon, but it does stop Umbreon.
It does stop Umbreon, which is cool.
Yep, definitely.
I think. The card's just good, you know.
Okay, I have changed my mind. Yeah, the trainers are so insane. Why do they print so many good trainers? It's like they not need to be that good.
We don't have that many turn and burn in the format, and then they gave us so many turn and burn specifically for one deck.
That's.
This deck is just okay. This deck is insane.
The deck looks insane.
Thank you. Now that you've put all the pieces together, are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay, you can play with Electro Power.
You're taking your hot take back of that the deck's not good?
Well, yeah, because it has Electro Power. What in the world?
It happens, dude. Electro Power's pretty good. It's alright. Next set we'll get the Charger and be able to get the Electro Powers back. No, I don't know. I'll just say.
Yeah, that card was bad.
It was bad.
This deck has the potential to like pretty much go through the entire deck in like 2 or 3 turns with the Genesect, and like you can kind of go through.
Did we miss Gengar?
the deck literally needs nothing. So you need like what? You need eight slots, 4 Mew, 4 VMAX, 4 Genesect, and then you play whatever other basic cards you want in your deck. You don't even need that many more, maybe like 1 or 2 more. So you have like 13 or 14 cards dedicated to Pokemon, and then 6 energy, and then you literally have 40 slots for trainers, and that's insane. The best decks in format are almost always the decks that have the amount of room for trainers, at least the decks that can take advantage of that. So
yeah.
This deck will definitely be one of the like best, like the deck built, like the set built the deck for you. Basically, it's just kind of figuring out the right counts across the board.
Yeah. Okay, the one thing that this deck does kind of have a weakness in is that its opening hand could be pretty weak. It's possible because Genesect it only is draw up to the number of Fusion Strike Pokemon you have in play. Yeah. If you open a weak hand, you open a Genesect, and then you can't get many more basics down, then it's possible that you can have a brick hand. But
I think if you play the 4 Quick Ball, the 4 Fog Crystal, like across the board.
No, yeah, I mean it shouldn't happen much, but I'm just saying that's like the first turn is going to define if the deck wins, because past turn 1,
absolutely,
you'll just if you get like 3 Genesect down, the game just ends, or it should just end as long as you draw decently.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Also, one kind of cool thing is this deck can actually like afford to play Leon if it wants to, because you have like 4 Genesect.
Absolutely, actually, yeah.
So with
I think this deck just can play like a lot of niche supporters. So I think it's just getting the counts down.
Yeah.
Because I think your only deck copies of supporters, you need multiple. I legitimately don't think you need to even play research.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you can get away with not playing research.
I'll say how good you we'll see how fast you go through the deck.
You play like 2 or 3 Peony, 2 or 3 Elusive Sparkle, and then one of whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think you play. I don't know. I think you play 4 of both of those cards.
I don't think you need 4 Elusives. You probably play 4 Peony.
Yeah, you can do 3 Elsas. I think you have 3.
You can go 4, 3, and then whatever niche supporters you want.
Yeah, like one or two niche supporters, and then the rest of your deck is just items. If there are enough items to even fill the deck.
Oh wait, don't forget Boss. We probably need Boss. There's a promo card that's not mentioned on here that was in the Gym Leader Challenge. It's called Cram-O-Matic. It's an item. Discard an item from your hand. Flip a coin of heads. Get any card from your deck. Put it in your hand. So I think that card's insane.
Oh yeah. I remember talking about that. It's just a better order pad.
It's an order pad. Huh?
Worst order pad.
No, you get to any card.
Order pad's item.
Yeah.
You have to discard something from your hand?
You have to discard an item, and if heads, you get any card. It's a comp.
I think that's worse than order pad.
Really?
But it's like, you can go Cram-O-Matic for like Boss. And like if you're playing, like I said, for example, if you're playing the list you're playing with like 4 Battle Pass, Cram-O-Matic gets infinitely better because now your other 3 Battle Passes are worthless past turn 1.
I get that. I just think that flip a coin head for an item card is like better, just comparatively than flip a coin or discard an item.
Sure.
I guess.
But
it's kind of even, I guess.
But it is, I mean, a good card.
It's a good card in specifically this turn and burn deck. Because any turn and burn... Oh, shit. I started attacking a guy in RuneScape. Any turn and burn card is, like, just going to be necessarily good because, like, well, Genesect wants to be seeing more cards every turn.
Yeah.
Like, you want to get to your bosses. You want to get to your energies pretty much every turn. You want to be able to, like, find your pieces to just win the game over the course of, like, 4 attacks. The rule of 4 attacks is going to apply to this format, too.
Radner, you're on Poke Beach, right?
Yeah.
What is Gengar VMAX?
Oh, it's not on here.
It's not on here either.
It hasn't been confirmed from the set yet.
Okay.
Okay, Gengar VMAX says does 60 damage for each of your opponent's V and VMAX for 2 Dark Energy.
Are you sure it's not confirmed? It's on the pack.
It is confirmed then. Yeah. I'm literally looking it up right now, and I was like, wait, I'm stupid.
Okay. Oh, what was it again? Sorry.
60 XGV.
Your opponent's V or VMAX in play. V or GX in play. Sorry. Fine. I mean,
that's okay. That's not horrible.
It's not bad. Definitely not
bad. It's a good single strike attacker. Like
how much? Oh, it's a single strike Pokemon too.
Yeah, it's a single strike.
Oh, that's very good then.
It's a VMAX, but yeah, it's pretty good in single strike because it's a 2 energy thing that one shots everything in Genesis.
And it also like gives you the option to play like actual dark energies and like hiding darks and stuff as opposed to playing like I don't know, other energies. Like I think hiding dark is like a good card.
I don't think that's ever better than capture energy. That deck kind of needs everything.
But you do like a 4/4/2, I think, rather than play like basic fighting. I think you just cut Urshi completely, or like play like one baby or something. But it gives you like the agency to kind of like find more slots, I guess. I don't know. Like I think cutting out single strike
could make it more interesting. That's fair.
Yeah.
You do find yourself with a glaring weakness to fighting type though.
I think. Yeah. I think overall, I think the set's very good for competitive play, which is nice because we haven't seen
across the board. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not ideal.
Like the only collector car, I guess there's the Flaffy. I think it's a full gold Flaffy, which sure, guys. That was big disappointing when Rayquaza was just not good.
I mean, Flaffy's still good. People just haven't put the time into it.
I actually had a Rayquaza list that I thought was like almost good enough. I had a really good Rayquaza list, but I didn't put enough time into it. But I think that Rayquaza could have been.
I agree. I think the biggest issue was like people didn't have the cards, so they didn't have time to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna ask, like, do you guys think the deck is good? That people like good enough people were not putting effort into making the deck good?
It was definitely decent pre-rotation. I don't remember what my list was, but it was definitely decent.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see going forward. I'm excited.
I think Rayquaza was a deck that people should have taken some time to do stuff on, but unfortunately, just because of the nature of PTCGO and how and how like annoying it was.
For Pog, especially because of how expensive it was opening week, it just wasn't worth it.
And like to put in perspective, potentially, after Fusion Strike, this could be the first like regional set that we actually play on. You know, so it's these cards are good. You should, if you're thinking about playing competitive, if you want to go to a regional, when this comes out, you should start grinding because potentially this could be our first set you're gonna play actual competitive Pokemon with. So and we're gonna cover everything. We'll cover all the decks. We'll cover everything. So definitely tune in.
You'll see us. You might not see me, but you'll see us.
Yeah, there'll be a group of people here once a week at least talking about how bad.
I mean, if I'm not here, you'll find me on my YouTube, and I'll just have videos up there for content and stuff. I already have a preliminary MUVMAX like deck video about what I think. Like I already talked about a lot of the stuff I talked about here, and some combos. I used some of the lists from Japan as bases. Obviously, they had like a reset stamp and some other cards that run and burn. But besides that, the lists look very akin to standard, despite having like cards all the way back to team up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the set. The set seems great for competitive wise. There's probably one really good deck out of this. I'm sure some people try to find some fun stuff to play with it. But getting the Fusion Strike, which again we didn't really touch on how like cool that is that they're sticking with like these, I don't even know, like subgroups of cards where they went from Single Strike, Rapid Strike, now we have Fusion. Who knows what the future holds? They could just continually make these subsets, which, in my opinion, I feel is very good for the game. I like to just be able, especially if you're new, you just look at something that says Fusion Strike, you're like, oh, this probably works with this very well. Very easy. Right, very easy to go to. I bet you on live, you can just write in like Fusion and just be like, oh, these cards, let me just throw these cards together, and it kind of works, you know, which is really good for new players. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed, but for now, we're gonna scoop it up.